Looks like we're live. Bet you thought I quit. No, but really, life gets in the way. You know, work, family, personal life, all comes before video games. Don't let anybody tell you any different. Yeah, so we're back. First opportunity to stream, but that is not at all a reason why I wouldn't have been chugging away. So let's get into it. We have done mucho research. We are teching. Got access to bots and blue chips and rocket fuel and the silo. We did some of the initial mining productivity just to further squeeze our mines. We have done uranium mining, so we could process uranium. We haven't started processing uranium. Nuclear power is currently researching. We've done some inserter upgrades, things like that. Other than that, there hasn't really been much in the way of like quality of life stuff. I have researched a lot of personal equipment. But of course, all the more advanced stuff requires circuits. Let's go get my car and go look at the circuit factory. As we walk by our blue science production here, you may notice that all of our assemblers have efficiency modules on them. We have, having achieved a circuit build, we have embarked upon module production. All of our mines now have efficiency modules in them. This is where my car is. All of them have efficiency modules in them. Has brought our power draw down significantly. As you can see, we have just finished switching over a bunch of stuff, but you can see we have significantly decreased our power consumption. Largest draw is currently assemblers. That's all up in the. A lot of that is stuff that we can't get rid of, obviously. There is going to be a power draw of some type, but we should be able to get a little bit more. We haven't done any efficiency modules in the circuit factory yet. Now when I say circuit factory, I do mean factory. It is big. I've built it very large so that I don't have to rebuild it. We might rebuild components of it. You know, the ore smelting, I think will eventually, definitely will eventually move to foundries. You remember last stream, you remember the smelting array here. A column for iron, column for copper, and a column to produce steel. Then we have our green circuit production, red circuit production, and finally blue circuits. That is all to send it up here to our little slice of heaven here for creating some of the things that we needed first. We needed to, in order to get our circuit production going, we needed to increase our throughput of ore. If you remember correctly, from last stream, when I set up the mines, I set them up with fast inserters because the circuit production was necessary to produce the bulk inserters. But now they run on bulk inserters, so our ore production has significantly increased. You can see our stations are all moved over to red belt end loaders. Red circuits were necessary for the red loaders. But anyway, yeah, so that's smelting circuits, and hasn't really started to dissipate yet, but our pollution cloud will shrink here. If we look, you can see a pollution graph. As you can see, up until about an hour, up until about 30 minutes ago, you can see we were just destroying. But as you can see, after the introduction of efficiency modules, we get real nice and low. It should, if we go extend further, the biggest spikes in pollution are during blue science research. We are doing a blue science research, and you can see the steep drop off there. These valleys here are for the red and green science techs. And you can see it looks like our pollution production is going to drop down to about those levels at least. We can go a little bit further. We are going to put production modules in, or productivity modules in our labs. Gonna have to go do some wall repair. We're doing all this stuff, big circuit production. Silos are going to go here. Part of our blue circuit production is, in fact, meant to be dedicated to the silos. We still have a few things to go here. We have our circuit production done. We still have before we can really do bots. Could set up a small. Should we set up a small bot production? Or should we wait for? I don't know. I mean, 5 electric engine units per second is a lot of electric engine units. So this is part of the problem with how long 1000X takes is, planning some of this stuff. Or I planned some of this stuff a while ago. Now I can't remember exactly what I was thinking when I planned it. This I remember. I wanted about 5 blue circuits per second. So rocket fuel is also 5, and so is low density structures. Since rocket parts take 1 of each of these things, we want the production to be at least 5 each. Now our productivity on rocket fuel and low density will go up, and we may even start importing those things, even processing it potentially. But that's way down the road here. See, what I find so fascinating about playing this way is, normally when you build a megabase, or when you build something akin to a megabase, you have finished the game already. So you have access to the best tech, and it's just purely about seeing how much science you can produce. What I like about this what I like about playing the 1000X this way, not that, we only pick and choose the tech. So I'm playing this research-wise like I would a normal playthrough. But I like having to build at scale and then think long-term about replacement and supplementation and things like that. I like all of that. And so this is a really good way to play in order to scratch that itch. But yeah, so we all have access to productivity researches of those three things much later in our playthrough, if we even do it. I mean, those are, keep in mind, those are infinite text. Do we do infinite text when the research cost is 1000x? I don't know. I'm doing it this way. But anyway, yeah, 5, 5, and 5 of those for our silos. Set it on 1 per second of that. It's still a big goddamn build. That's a lot of steel, you know. Once we can produce that with foundries, it'll make things significantly better. Electric engine units. That is true. Now that we have access to modules, we could, say in our, not necessarily our rocket fuel, but in our low density structure build, you could change all this smelting could go over to electric furnaces. Because we are going to efficiency module for the time being outside of things that we really desperately want. Say productivity in, since we're making a lot of a pretty good amount of modules, we are going to put efficiency modules in like everything. I just have a little latchkey guy here to turn on and off the individual module productions. That'll get some productivity models because I do want to, now that I have things, I got rid of those efficiency models, I need them. Yeah, now that we have the power overhead, yeah, it's funny, even distribution isn't really necessary for this task, but I do like the sounds of the mix. Yeah, now that we have the power overhead, we can put productivity modules into our labs to get even more science per second out of our 900. I'm not entirely sure we're going to double up the productivity modules in there. We don't have the power overhead, obviously, for beacons, although we don't even have access to beacons. Going to improve our efficiency over here as well. should have caused some drop. Yeah, I mean, we got some lowering. Generally speaking, that didn't make that big of a deal. But this, yeah, like I said, this will give us power overhead, put productivity modules in the labs. What is it? It's a 4% increase. So 8% productivity increase with 1.08 for every one. So 900 times 1.08 is what we're saying. So we'll bump our STM up to 972. Not perfect, obviously. I mean, you'd want more, I guess. But as I've said previously, I don't know why I'm walking, still. Have a car. I've been getting better by using the car to get places around the map. Still not my like first instinct. Since I do have blue circuits available, I need to set up all the personal equipment stuff. I want some power armor, exoskeletons, you know. Personal roboport is after nuclear power here. Maybe we'll look at that after I put some modules and some labs. Oops. Pardon me. Just start here at the bottom. It's a nice little workout there. Oh, that's right, it does affect their speed, doesn't it? That's alright, you get more labs. Push. That's alright, whatever. Alright, so... let's go to our pockets of these efficiency modules. We need to make a run around the perimeter. I'm gonna ponder. As of right now, like I have plans for pretty significant like robot production. Like I don't know that it needs to be crazy, you know what I mean? Like we're only gonna have like one assembler making robot ports. I mean, if we could saturate one assembler, that'd be cool. That's what I tried to do, isn't it? That's where the electric engine number at 5 came from. Because the flying robot frame requirements for electric engines is pretty high. Let's take a look at that. Because I don't really want to wait to create a gigantic electric engine factory to create bots. Like, can I get away with, like, if you saw over my little mini mall over there, I put little engine production, only produces, I think, 1 per second. But, like, probably good enough, right? That whole tangent about the pollution numbers going down to the levels that I see for red and green signs, I say that only to mean that right now when we're doing blue signs, the attack frequency is such that, you know, we get about, I mean, maybe an hour before it behooves us to go do a run around the perimeter to fix stuff up. Now I know this is probably some people's least favorite part of the game, and I would agree that it's tedious. It's not my favorite. That's why I'm considering just slapdashing a RoboPort and robot production just to be able to get onto robots, because I'm tired of fixing things manually. But I hate this less than I hate any of the strategies for going out to destroy nests. Like I don't like any of them. I don't like going out and spamming turrets or spamming mines or any of the stuff that work. I mean, you know, I get it in some sense. Like it's like a, you know, you probably play that way in a normal playthrough. But in a normal playthrough, you're not gonna have effectively 1,000 times the evolution. Like, that's the key difference, and I think that's, it's great that Michael Hendricks, in his first stream doing South's Next Run, he equated the research costs to biter evolution, because he's right. Like, pollution causes biters to evolve. Like, it doesn't have to touch them to make them evolve. It's just you emitting it causes them to evolve. So I don't mind the bit of combat you do in a vanilla playthrough, it's easy enough to manage. You really only have to do it at the beginning of the game. After that, if you do it preemptively, and then you set up defenses, it's, you know, it's not that bad to deal with. But in 1000X, because of the amount of space you have to claim, and the fact that evolution, you know, the whole, I get it, it's a compelling challenge. I don't like that particular challenge myself. For me, the challenge here is just going to be building big at all times. Like, there's no sort of like starter base phase. There was a bit of a burner starter base in the very beginning. Oh, man. Of course I ran out of fuel all the way out here. Get some coal. Yeah. Big at all stages, you know. Big early game, big middle game, big end game. Alright. Is there anywhere else on our map where we have a biter? Bit of loss on that side. This side is eventually going to stop. Look at the Lucian. Oh, maybe. I don't know. With the production up here, it's still possible that we produce a bunch. Oof. 13. That's a big end. That's one of the bigger attacks I've actually been playing and was aware of. But yeah, you can see the core problem. I mean, if you look at the production map, you look at kills, losses over the last 10 hours, you can see how it starts to ramp up. Like, you start getting these bigger and bigger attacks, bigger pulses, and they will eventually overwhelm you. Now, we're going to ensure that they don't overwhelm us by having consistent repair of the walls using bots. What science do we need for logistic network? Only space science, which is okay. Yeah, I'll take that. It's not like space exploration where it's like locked behind space sciences. Okay. Gonna go back over here and do some thinking. And see if we can just set up some robot production rather than waiting to build the whole engine production. Like, do I need electric engine production? Do I really need that big of like, I'm not even sure if I'm going to be making yellow signs on the ground here. So let's see. Is something like that necessary? Let's see. To make saturated is 1.5 of these per second. 1.5 per second of feeding one assembler. Okay. Okay, that's why I had the bigger factories. 1.5 per second. How many times does 3 go into? That's 50. That's 50, so 100 assemblers making robot frames. Yeah, that's what should be on here. just for reference to be able to see. Again, I haven't decided whether I'm going to be doing this, but so we need 1.5. We need 3 per second. This guy, we need that. We got that. We got. So we would need 6 batteries per second. Here we're making 15 per second. 15 is a lot, isn't it? What do we need batteries for? Need batteries for accumulators. We'll need accumulators for Factorio, but I mean, we're just gonna take a batch with us. It's not like we're gonna be feeding them to anything. And there are no recipes that actually. Well, there are recipes that require accumulators. That's the Fulgurian science. Yeah, the electromagnetic science requires an accumulator, but we'll produce those on site. Yeah, so is there really a reason to make that many batteries? No. To be able to support that, we need 6. So why don't we just make 6? 6 per second. Edit. Okay. Clear that? Can you clear it? 6. That becomes much more reasonable. Okay. Need 3. I could change to 3. Still big, but not horrid. Now, I like this idea of being able to fully supply the 2 buildings. I mean, I don't know that we're technically. Yeah, we will. We'll be able to. I mean, we're severely overproducing red circuits for like constant need. Like, we're filling up buffers of these modules. Some might ask, is it actually worth producing modules at this kind of a rate? Well, probably not. We can't get. I mean, the nice thing is that the introduction of the recycling mechanic makes the default. It should make your default strategy. It should make it overproduction. That's what you do. In every case, overproduce. If you end up with too much of something, yeah, you can't get back the raw resources. Yeah, you can't get back 100% of what you put into it. But in this game, resources are effectively infinite, okay? Yes, there's constraints put on you by biters and things like that, but those things are surmountable. Once you get to late game military technology, you can have all the space you want. You know what I mean? So, like, forget about resource constraints and juice the resources when you start the game. It'll make it a little more fun, less stressful. Like, if your idea of enjoyment is constraint and efficiency, then you can play that way. the joy that I get out of this game is about the automation of it. So like we've been doing, well, we can look. We're at 219 hours. For the last 250, there's green, there's red, and blue. I mean, for the last 250 hours, but if you look at the last 50, I mean, and this is without much intervention. I mean, I've had to keep the base safe, obviously. I don't have completely automated defenses yet. They're half automated. Ammo's automated, so they just protect me. I have to manually go out and fix them. That went soon. But, like, this is what I like to see. Once I start science production, granted you're going to have ups and downs because you are switching sciences. Some take 4, some take 3, some take 2. I'd like to be able to just do science. I mean, you can see, we'll look on the consumption side here. In the last 250 hours, look at that. We've produced 695 per minute. We've consumed 694 per minute. I guess that doesn't really mean much, does it? What's the point I was trying to make? Did I actually have a point, or am I just rambling at this point? I think I'm just rambling. See, we've been running science for the last the whole thing's 250, it's 125. Can't really, for the first 60 hours, you can see it's back and forth, back and forth. That's the sort of burner phase that I was in here. But then, once you see here where the green science picks up, were we still doing burner at that point? No, we didn't set up green science until we had the full go of it. But then you can see from that point, once we had electric miners and we were automated, I haven't stopped researching. And I think that's sort of the key. That's the thing that's the most fun for me. Is setting up a base that can just go. It just goes. Alright. Anyway. Now that I've surely put anyone within earshot of that straight to sleep. Yeah, so we are going to do these. We're going to do bots are next, but bots require things, so we're going to be setting these guys up. They're going to be sort of mini factories. I think we'll probably this space here. Yeah. We can set up. Let's yeah, this guy. Grab this little guy here. Alright. Let's clear this up a bit. Down our guy. Yeah. It is true, I think I'm missing one thing for yeah, I'm missing one thing for rope force. I think I need bricks for rope force. No, I just need steel. Nice. Do need bricks for electric furnaces. Because I think, oh yeah, I was going to explore what that did. So right now, let's look at our power consumption right now. We're doing blue science, so we're at our peak power consumption here. So we'll call it 250. Okay, so we're roughly 250. Alright, so if we change, so let's start with electric engine units. Change this to electric. Do we want any modules? I mean, I guess I want to do productivity modules, but I think I have to do. I think I have to do it. Well, let's see. Let's just see what the base is here. Okay. Oh, this guy. Okay. It went from like roughly, I think it was 25, so we gained about 11 megawatts because of our usage, but it removes our use of coal, which is, I mean, like, yeah. Thinking. We could say 1. Goes from plus 40 to I mean, I don't think we can handle that. Power usage is up 80%. Like, we've got about 500 megawatts to play with, but if we're going to use electric furnaces, we can't just go pure productivity. That blows it up. Whew. So it went from 36 to 50. 50 megawatts. We can handle 50 megawatts. We've got the overhead for 50 megawatts. Now, keep in mind the increased energy, the increased hello. They'd be mad. They'd be mad over there. You see, it's these guys are just dumping attacks on me here. Getting the double turret wall up there and the flames up there as soon as possible is a good call. This has definitely been where the bulk of the attacks have come from. I could let it go further. I did. I think I mentioned before. I do play in the evenings on my Steam Deck, and there has been at least once where Steam Deck, if you say set it down on your lap because you've fallen asleep, it will eventually go into a power save mode. The screen goes off and all that stuff. Happens fairly quickly. At default settings, happens fairly quickly when you're on a battery. When you're plugged in though, which I'm usually plugged in when I'm in bed playing, it does take a bit of time. You know, probably about I don't know, 40 minutes maybe? Yeah, I think 40 minutes or so is what the timeout is. But what'll end up happening is, at least once, I've had breach in the wall. But we're chewing on turrets down the line here. So what happens is they breached the wall. They breached the wall right about here, and then these guns keep firing at them. So they just keep the guns and the guns keep firing at them. So they keep eating along here. It's pretty interesting. But so I wake up the next morning and I turn the game on. I'm like, oh fuck. So I look at the autosave and I find autosave where the breach hasn't happened yet. That, you know, you save that as the new save file. But yeah, it's one of the drawbacks of not having automated defenses or not having automated defense repair and playing on the Steam Deck as like a means of relaxation. So you end up falling asleep, and the biters end up making you pay for it. Probably could shorten that timeout window on the Steam Deck. Honestly, it hasn't been that big of a problem though, so I haven't explored the idea. Um, yeah, these defenses are temporary. I would not be able to leave the. Oh, I could leave the planet if I like turned science off and let the pollution dissipate. I could leave planet. But where's the fun in that? Like, while I'm off planet having to deal with the problems off planet, because it's going to be like hundreds of hours per planet. Like, so, uh, I want to be able to keep doing science. You know what I'm saying? Like, why not? Like, that'd be silly not to. I have enough resources that I can go for quite a while. Now, maybe I eventually just flat out run out of resources while I'm off planet. I don't think it'll happen by the point that I have artillery, in which case then I've got, I've got means for taking what I need. Yeah. I don't know if that'll be enough or not. Wasn't keeping track of how many I placed. Yeah, so anyway, we've got plenty of work to do before we leave the planet. You know, if I have to stop science because I just run out of resources, you know, that it is what it is. That's what. Then I'll just come back from Vulcanus with, you know, push our power consumption up, not terribly. Not terribly. At least now we will be fully, every one of them that is going to be working on science will have the productivity bonus, which as you can see is only plus 8%. Which we can throw that in there. So it'll get there at some point. Now, honestly, put it there. I mean, in fact, let's reorder this a little bit. Let's do research speed. It'll help us with that pollution cloud as well. I want that reasonably soon because we are going to be using it. This is a want. Increase throughput on mines. That's a want as well. Yeah, I think that's good. Since we've put productivity modules in there now, we want to gain that speed back so that again, half of our 900 labs can process all the science we're doing. Because I think you get, what do you get? You get 10%? You get 20%. Oh, damn. Oh, damn. Oh, damn. Oh, damn, dude. Oh, damn. What is that? That's another 20%? 30%. Oh, shit. So you're at 50%. Holy shit. I mean, not that that's necessary. I don't need the speed yet. But, like, that's wild. Holy shit. That's a good point. Maybe only one. In general, like one chest of those should be enough. These we're going to be using in mines for a while, so we'll make 2 chests. Alright, let's go finish the labs. Come back here and make some electric engines first. Batteries. Got really metal music going on right now. It's hitting. Matches the mood of the 1000X playthrough. Slow and relaxing. All right. Fully productive. Should push our effective SPM should go up. Yeah, so the interplay of speed and productivity is interesting. just think of it this way. Think of a situation where you might be getting, let's say you get 1 free penny for every particular action you might take, okay? The more, so you can start getting 2 pennies, or a penny and, 1.1 pennies, okay? But if that 1.1 pennies goes from 1.1 pennies per second to 1.1 pennies per half a second, then your effective SPM, or your effective free gifts, go to 2.2 per second. See my point? So it's so each cycle of a machine has a productive, what's the word? Productive, outlay. It's productive portion of its product. So every 10, let's say every 10 crafts, you get 1 extra. So you go from doing 10, and let's say each craft takes 1 second. So that's 10 seconds. You go from getting 10 in 10 seconds to 11 in 10 seconds. And then if you cut the time that it takes from a second to half a second, then you get 10 every half a second. You get 11 every half a second, which then becomes 22 every 10 seconds. So it's a multiplicative effect. It's like you want this, like if your goal is SPM, either because you're mega basing for fun or you're mega basing to get through 1,000x playthrough, your goal should be getting productivity and speed into those labs. I could do productivity and speed into other processes here, but because of my power constraints, because it's not really constraints. I'm not constrained power-wise. I effectively have enough power to do. I have access to enough coal that I have the power to do whatever I want effectively. So I could scale further with steam power, coal-fired steam power, but okay. Well, anyway, yeah. So we'll go from, what did I say? We did the calculation. It's 900 times 1.08 is 972. And then if you speed that process up. By 20%. Yeah, man, I hate these compounding percentages. The math is not. I can't do it in my head. I can't visualize it. I can like visualize them separately, but not the same. So the multiplicative, so 20% increase in speed. So the 8% productivity gets multiplied by 1.2. So 8 times 1.2. I can't do that math in my head. 8 plus 1.6. 9.6. So it becomes 1.096. 900 times 1.096. Times 1.096. Yeah, so we'll go from. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's definitely like a pollution lag time. We were just burning hard on nuclear, which is a red, green, and blue science. We were just burning hard on it for hours before we got the efficiency modules in. Just gotta take a gander. The only place we really gotta worry about is there in the center, our hot spot. But we're good for now. So let's get RoboPort set up. Steel gears. Steel gears and circuits. Don't know if that's necessary, but we're gonna do it anyway. Oops. Should not be red belt. We're gonna need a good many of these. Stack size is what? 10. We're gonna need well more than 40. 100? I don't know. At some point we're gonna have to lay out our RoboPort network here. Well, yeah, we're not above a little spaghetti on the mall here. Our little pseudo mall. A little trash mall here. Alright, so... Yes. Actually, that is a good goddamn idea. I need electric engines. But I have regular. It's just regular and a green circuit, right? And lube. Yeah. Alright, so we're just gonna make a little. Just one assembler here. Right there's fun. Just to make me some personal electric engines here. Because I mean, I don't want to automate electric engines here in this area, or I am gonna like automate it here in this area, but over here, the bigger build, this I want it to be a little just pocket here, pocket electric engines. Gotta get that lube. Got it over here for the coal mine, or coal drop off. Please. 0.15 per second. How much are we making? Oh damn, we decided to make a lot. Okay, alright. Yeah, those are fluids. Lubricant consumption. Over the last hour. 65.3 per minute. So doing one per second. And each of these has a capacity of 2 per second. Okay, yeah, I've got plenty. I have lubricant going somewhere else as well over here. For the coal drop off here. We'll just scab on here. I don't have many. It's enough. Oops. Okay. Just go straight. There we go, buddy. So let us make silos as well. I mean, there are a few things you need electric engines for, infrastructure-wise. Let's see. By the time we get there, we'll be using that. Yeah, it's not going to be produced here. So we need for that, and that. Oh, they all need it. Yeah. So they need trickles. Power armor. Exoskeletons. The primary thing is there, 200 per rocket silo. We'll probably make, could do rocket silo there maybe. We do have to start setting those boys up, you know what I'm saying? Oops. Because this guy is pipes, right? Pipes, concrete, ooh. We are not making concrete, are we? Set up some concrete production over here, run it off the bus. Maybe? Or just bring it over. Well, regardless, we need, I need a restroom break briefly. Be right back. All right. Just move that slightly. Go like this. Okay. It'll build us some of them engines slowly. I do that so that I can make myself my power armor, make some exoskeletons. Yeah. Indeed. Okay, so, did limit that chest, yes. Let's figure out, I'm gonna make electric engines so that we can send them over here to the bus. Or, I guess just feed them in here. Yeah. Well, hold up. The electric engines, we're planning on doing electric engines just for bots. And then, because bot production is going to go forever. So there's going to be excess production in the system for other things. So I guess, yeah, we would want to feed it onto the bus. Yeah, we'll feed it onto the bus. But we'll also have a spot over here somewhere. Because we do need... So they'll come over to the bus, but they'll also be used to produce flying robot frames, which will feed to here somewhere for our bots. What else do we need to make? We are making most of this stuff in our old mall here. Yeah, you can see the pollution letting up a little bit. Yeah, you can see pollution's coming way down. Yeah, I mean, you can see the biggest portion is obviously the miners. We're getting, this is the additional coming off of the blue signs. But yeah, we made it down to here. Alright, electric engines. What did this little guy look like? Oh, we do need electric furnaces. They require bricks. We don't have any stone. We were gonna make concrete over here. Why don't we make the concrete? Concrete? I have a little offload station here. Yeah. For iron ore and, well, yeah, it's true. That's because, yes. All that iron. Yeah, that's right. That is right. We're not smelting because we're pulling it off the bus. That's right. That's right, boy. This is an open question, though. I'm not going to use that. It's a horribly inefficient recipe. I don't have, like, you know, I don't have, like, a unlimited source of oil. And it's a pretty good one, 18. Could bump to go after that one. Would have to do it now. Got one more down here that we were planning on piping up there. Right? We want to pipe it? Or do we set up an oil stop right here? That way, could run a priority kind of system here. This will be prioritized, but then we'll supplement with. Yeah. I kind of want to set up electric engines after rocket fuel. That's really the key kind of issue here in my head. Taking hits everywhere, huh? Sorry, I'm just trying to think this out in my head. This oil is going to be combined with this oil. This will be the priority. We need lots of oil for our rocket fuel. 50 solid fuel is could effectively turn coal into solid fuel if we had the coal liquefaction. I'm pretty sure that's the most. That's the most efficient recipe. So it takes 30 light oil is equivalent to 20 petroleum gas. Is that better? Is light oil into solid fuel better? 10 light oil. So from one, you can get 4.5 solid fuel. 2.5. If we just made everything into solid fuel. I'm trying to think of how I want to do this, because I need lube for my electric engines. I need a good bit of it. I need 45 per second we're looking at this recipe, it takes 10 heavy oil to produce 10 lubricant. So if we need 45 per second, does it in 1 second. So we need 4.5 chemical plants, 5 chemical plants. But we need to produce at least 45 heavy oil to get that much. Normal oil cracking, or the advanced oil cracking, gives us 25 every 5, so 5 per second. That's 9. That's 9 oil refineries. Give me enough heavy oil to produce the lubricant I need. The rest we could just turn the rest purely into solid fuel, both light and petroleum gas. And then that could be fed into our rocket fuel production with a priority input. So we get 9. So you're getting 9 light oil per second times 9. That's 81 per second. Right? Yeah. If we do 9 oil refineries, it's 81 per second. Yes. 9 per second. This takes 10 per second. Yeah, so you'd have 9 of those consume the whole of the light oil, producing 9 solid fuel per second. We're going to have 11 times 9 is 99 per second. 5 of those dumping 5. So we say 9 and 9 and 5. So that's 14 solid fuel per second would be our byproduct from producing it does back up. You can just push it off into a boiler, effectively burn it off. In 14 seconds, basically the yellow belt of solid fuel. So we turn all the products into solid fuel, because we will need more solid fuel. Unfortunately, yeah, you need probably wouldn't do that. Takes 40 heavy, makes 30 light. Yeah. Mm. 66 per second. Which we need. Well, no. 14. Kind of thinking this out here because so we have four of these guys. These guys are going to be breaking heavy oil. We have 14. Where's my car now? God damn it. Did I walk back here without my car? Ah, it's down by the labs. Lots of dead air here at the end of the stream. Should have done some more of this thinking off stream, but life gets in the way, huh? Get back to our car. We need more oil refineries. I'm gonna lay out what this is gonna look like for our rocket fuel. We can I think reliably steal that rocket fuel production for our trains. I mean, rocket fuel consumption by trains is pretty low in general. So I wouldn't expect it to be a problem. I guess I don't know that. I had factored that in. So I'd have to increase the rocket fuel production. Let's get us some material deals though. Gonna need a bunch of refineries and a bunch of, because I'm not sure one of these setups is going to be enough, so we're just going to grab a bunch. We could as well stop the production. Got junk. Got junk, buddies. Go lay it out. We're not going to get it built. It's going to be big. But we can at least get it laid out as far as like what machines we need doing what. Yeah, everybody handles their oil stuff a little differently. You can try and centralize it. Centralizing it is tough because if you build a contraption that produces a certain amount of 3 different products, then if and when you change anything about the setup or you need more stuff, then all of a sudden you run into these situations where you just don't know what to do. It means you have to build something new or tear down, rebuild. So the way I like to approach it is, so for instance, in this particular case, I need to make rocket fuel, I needed 50 light oil and 50 solid fuel. I could try and produce the 2 of them from an intermingled system, but I think that's a problem. So what we're going to do here is we are going to produce the light oil we need from a recipe that has no quote-unquote byproducts. Okay? So this guy's going to produce all of the light oil we need. In order to get that much light oil, we need 66, at least 66 heavy oil. This right here. Our guy here makes 5, and we need 66. That's 14, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, oops, 6, 7, copy, paste, that's going to produce us 70 heavy oil per second. 70 heavy oil per second will saturate, well, these guys will consume all of the heavy oil that these consume. and they will make the light oil we need to run our batch of 100 assemblers making rocket fuel. Now, what if we made this made this 6? That's kind of perfect, right? So we make 1 per second for our fuel production, our train fuel. Is that going to be enough? I don't know. Well, I must leave. It sounds like my son is awake. So, anyway, it's fun. As I said, production never ceases. We will continue to build and build our way out of the hole we are in. Yeah. Anyway, till next time, hopefully we'll get back on tomorrow. Till then, have a wonderful day. I'm the Colonel. Peace.